everyone, Sandy from Fit 360 Training. The move I'm going to show you today is called a bird dog, and there are progressions to this one as well, so I want to show you the very basic one. This is so good. It's such a nice gentle strengthener for your core, so your stomach and your lower back. If you have any kind of back issues, this is actually a really good exercise to try because it's very gentle. It doesn't require any extra weight, and you can very slowly progress it as your back gets stronger. So this is what it looks like. You want to be on something soft. So if you only have hard floors, maybe put a couple of towels under your knees just to pad them. But basically, you're going to be on all fours. Right? Back is not, you don't want it to sag, you don't want it to round, just nice and flat. And what you're going to do is you're going to extend out the opposite arm and the opposite leg. So I'm going to extend out my right arm and my left leg. So you notice my leg is just barely off the floor. It doesn't need to come up here. When it comes up too high, you'll actually find that your back starts to arch. So the idea is just to get it up a little bit because your core is helping you balance. You also want to squeeze your butt as you're doing that, okay? So again, what it looks like is arm up. You want your arm about shoulder height, your foot just barely off the ground. You're squeezing, and then come back, and then switch to the other side. So now my left arm's forward, my right leg is back. And then back down. So the beginner version of that is simply just hold it for like one count and come back in. This is a slow movement. You don't want to rush through this. The next step up would be to hold that for about 5 counts. So what that looks like is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring it back in. So again, you want to alternate side to side. You're going to hold it a bit longer, so now your core is going to work a little bit harder because now you're balancing, you're a little off balance, your core has to work a bit harder. The next progression for that would actually be bringing your elbow to your knee. So now we're really getting into balance because now you're changing your center of gravity. So what you would do is you want to extend out, and then you almost like you're doing a little crunch, elbow to knee. Extend out, and elbow to knee. So you are kind of crunching, so that middle point you are actually going to round your back a bit because you're doing that little crunch. So you want to do all your reps on one side and then switch to the other side, okay? So the hardest one of this, and this is quite advanced, is actually doing it from a plank, okay? So this time you're in a plank and you got to find that balance. But again, you got the arm and the leg and back down, and then the other side and back down. That one is really going to show you where your imbalances are. You probably have better balance on one side than the other. So again, if this is brand new to you, start with a very basic version, get comfortable with that, and then start to work through the progressions until you can get up to doing it in an actual plank. That is the bird dog.